successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
On me. Got it.
Where's he hiding? Grenade! Go, go, go!
All fire teams, this is CP. We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
All fire teams, this is CP.
UAV's picked up a man.
Infiltration successful.
Unit, go investigate.
Extraction arrived at Motorbase.
2 for 1.
Thank you, boss. Boss, you can train with me. Boss, you, me, mock battle. What do you say?
Not too bad.
Roger.
Wake up.
This is Speed Squad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Speed Squad. On station at LZ.
Thank you, boss.
Gaining altitude.
Okay, back to it.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
is the weirdest long-range setup I've ever seen. People in places where they shouldn't be.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
CP, this is Delta 3. Threat detected. Going on alert. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Watch for anything suspicious. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
Security cams picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
Yeah, really weird. Just guards in places where they normally wouldn't be. Where they
CP, this is Delta 6. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Keep your eyes open.
But like I always say, you know, this is... You never know what you're going to get until you step off the
Special
helicopter.
alert. Defend your positions. Out.
CP, this is Delta 6. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Check your surroundings. Out.
Hey, Leo. Good to see you, man. How are you?
CP, this is Delta 6. Took a look, but there's nothing going on here. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Return to your posts. Over. All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived at Multibase.
Thank you. How are you, Hardy? We're playing with the low-grade men tonight. The famous blue kangaroo, and let me finish this base and we'll go over that.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Okay.
Be careful down there, boss.
Now, in terms of easiest side out, there's I have my preferences. It depends mostly on your what kind of face and or hairstyle you like. As weird as that sounds. If you prefer, let's say, Asian-looking females, like I do, Prisoner Extraction 6 in Africa will give you those faces. And most of my security team is pulled out of there. Now, the quality, this is my opinion, I don't have any numbers to back this up. The quality of your prisoner will depend largely on how much heroism you have. I say that because getting a low-grade character other than a boaster is very difficult.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
You only die tired.
CP, this is Zulu 7. I just witnessed an attack. Hostile presence confirmed. Over.
Now, since I have
Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the
multi-millions in heroism, I get more S-rank volunteers than your average player would. So it takes a while for me to cycle through each
Infiltration successful.
checkpoint restart to change the skill set.
Extraction arrived at Multibase.
So that's something to keep in mind in terms of what you're looking for. Now there is in Mission 21, the guy in the riot suit that you have to capture, the black guy, he is an A rank athlete, and he would be your best bet for a high staff bonus rating. I don't know what his staff bonus rating is after one medal, but for high rank It depends. It really depends. Okay. Let's go through my security team. Combat unit sent. Okay, now all my security is S rank. And I use prisoner extraction 6 to farm most of them out. So they all have the combat skills that you would need for a good fighting crew. I believe I have a let's see. S plus. So with 2 medals, that is your. How are you, Juan? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. S plus with 2 medals is the maximum. Female staff are limited to S plus only. They cannot get higher than that through normal means. Now I have okay, females with S plus plus. The person I got these from somehow has modified his save file to allow this. I know this because it is impossible through normal means for a female staff member to receive the service cross. And with 2 medals, the maximum you can get is S plus. As you can see by this character here, she has S plus plus in every category. So that's problematic, to say the least. There's some shenanigans going on with that, and I don't know precisely how that works. I just know that it's not attainable through normal means. So now, as far as easy side ops to farm, map. Okay. Okay, prisoner extraction 6 is very easy because there is a checkpoint right about here. If you knock all the guards out and you shoot the door off its hinges, you can walk to about here while looking backwards at the prisoner, and it'll hit a checkpoint. And once it hits a checkpoint, you select checkpoint from the select button menu, and you can cycle through her statistics with each reset. So you're standing here, but you can see into the little house that she's in, and that's very handy. It's easy, probably the easiest. This side up here, prisoner extraction 11, gives out females with dark skin, African American, and the easy, start point is here. All you gotta do is climb up through the rocks, look out and see the dogs chewing up the enemy soldiers, and then she'll be sitting on top of a little metal shed. So if you want a black girl as your go-to, this is where you can get them. Okay, and that's it pretty much for Africa. In Afghanistan, you have several side ops. This one here, Prisoner Extraction 2, gives out females with white skin. Different hairstyle depending on what time of day you drop in. I farmed this, but it's hard because the guards that are in this area automatically spawn no matter what you do. You can kill everybody and then walk in on where she is, and when you hit checkpoint, the new guards will show up. So it's kind of tacky. I don't know where 20 is. I've never used that one for females. I'll have to unlock that and see if I can farm that. Okay. Okay, so we got Prisoner Extraction 2, Prisoner Extraction 3. You're gonna need stealth camo for this one. The zone in which you have to trip a checkpoint is very large. She is in this spot here. The checkpoint is all the way over here. So you'll be doing a lot of running. And there's guards and whatnot, so you'd have to bring the stealth camo with you. Now one of the other easy farming side ops is Prisoner Extraction 9. As long as you have the stealth camo, you can run up to her, select mission 11, and she'll be automatically extracted. And you can restart, you can hit a checkpoint every time to change her statistics, and every time you do mission 11, her face and hair changes. And it gives out females of all kinds. Ponytails and blonde hair and all the other stuff. Now in Prisoner 18, which I found this a while back, someone mentioned this to me. In one of the upper area houses, there's a female prisoner. You have to use the mission 12 Hellbound and the box to transport yourself to this point, because otherwise you'd be doing a lot of running, and it becomes problematic because it's high in the air and you gotta plow through a bunch of defenses and everything else. It becomes almost not worth the trouble if you find a face and or skill set that you don't really need. So, you know, there's options out there. For my money, I prefer Prisoner Extraction 6 because of the Asian looking females. Okay. What is his A in support? Okay, I can live with that. Yes.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
So Hardy, your big thing is your heroism. Yeah, it is. The fourth strut of the command platform takes 15 days. 24 million GNP.
Hey,
It's the single most expensive. Oof. Oops. Wasn't paying attention. That was funny. I wasn't paying attention. 24 million GMP and fine, do that.
Fire team, this is CP. Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, 24 million GMP and takes 15 days to build. Yeah, it's expensive. But I figure by this point, if you're building bases like this, you have either a farming strategy in place or you're attacking other people. So it's, when you look at it that way, it's not that much, because you can attack other people's bases to make up your losses. Yep. And of course, North Pacific is the easiest, in my experience, to ghost or be a phantom on. I don't know of any easier methodology than what I use.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Of course, I have a soft spot for that place because it gave me my 2 creeping buffaloes.
Be careful down there, boss.
Good old Mitsuyoshi. No. I've essentially, when I was building my bases I earned everything. I never reloaded my saves. And when I was finished, I still didn't reload my saves. I do it now. I'll admit that up front. Especially after hitting 1.5 million in precious metal for processed. I have an extra thumb drive that has a save from that very point in which I had hit the limit. Just in case something goes completely haywire, I can literally start from scratch. It gotta be like that. Clowns approaching. And the only times I have bought anything with mother base coins is the battle dress. Grade 9 and 10 I bought. And I believe I bought 11 as well. Because I had guys attacking me. And I wanted a little bit of an edge. Oh shit, oh, come on. Focus, damn it, focus. There you go. And I'm stoned.
All fire teams, this is CP. UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
Breathe deeply. Besides, as most people know, there is a glitch.
Infiltration successful.
I've seen that. I've seen bases like that.
Extraction arrived at multibase.
I've seen bases that have no containers and the custom mines are still active. E-rank guards and all that. So the base is essentially abandoned, but the GMP that the base owner still has is enough to support the custom mines and cameras. So I don't remember. Did I ever hit this guy? Man, it's... Yes, you are. I don't know. I've never had a base owner contact me and say what their thing was. But then again, I'm doing random bases as well. Most of these bases are essentially abandoned. So I don't know. Since I don't do any damage and I don't steal anything, I don't, leave any notices in the security log.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them.
I may not give them a blockade at all.
Recruits, boss.
I had a guy hit me earlier today. He left no wormhole or
Be careful down there, boss.
no wormhole or no blockade. Even though he was defeated by either my staff or a defender. So I had no blockade, no nothing. But the guy got beat because it was defense successful.
CP, this is Zulu 4. Investigating now.
So now, of course, if that guy chooses to hit my base again and he does leave a wormhole, I'm gonna keep hitting him until he says stop.
CP, this is Zulu 4. We've arrived on the scene. Checking the area. Over.
CP, understood. Keep your eyes open. Out. All units, special alert. Defend your possessions. Out.
CP, this is Zulu 4.
I
Investigation.
can't see the camera anymore.
This is CP. Understood. Return to your post. Over.
I mean, generally I'm a live and let live kind of guy, but this guy has tried to attack my base on more than one occasion. It's becoming annoying.
Hey, you okay?
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
That happens. I've done that. I once hit a guy with a nuke. He had 3 guards on his base.
Delta 4. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. Over.
This is CP. Understood.
I knocked out the first 2. I went to grab the 3rd one, and I missed. Got a wormhole. So don't be ashamed.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
What's going on?
There we go.
Mission successful.
Delta 6.
Yes, I can believe that.
Extraction arrived in multibase.
Yeah, on that base with the stole the nuke, knocked out 2 guards, went to grab the 3rd, and I missed. He saw me, Instant wormhole. I knocked him out, but the damage was done. I got a wormhole back. So it happens. I would say on this account, maybe 10 days. There was a good period at the end of the year where I had at least 10 days, if not more. I don't remember exactly now, but it was a good stretch of time when I was invading and doing really well and didn't have any problems, and I was able to not have anybody come back to me. So wow. Oh, kick down a PF skill. Oh, I hate that. Okay, back to it. Now on my alternate account, I've gone over a month, if not longer, I believe. But I don't play it as much as I used to, and I very rarely leave wormholes on that account. I'm very careful on that account for more than one reason. So I don't have insurance, and I prefer to but I use all of my strategies that I use on this account. I do that on the alternate, and I've had some really good success. So, Blue Kangaroo is in mission 6.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
If you haven't saved him yet, play through mission 6, and at the place where you see Silent Basilisk for the first time at the relay station, the relay base, he will be, I think, a C rank tough guy. You extract him, save him to your combat unit, and put him under direct contract. And if you don't have him already, he will be a C rank, and his staff bonus rating is 1.97. That's after 1 medal. So he is the, if you want to do both espionage points and the tough guy skill, he is the best one to use. I know Memo likes him, I know Philo likes him. I prefer the girls. I'm weird like that. I prefer playing with females. But I haven't been able to find a low rank tough guy. The closest I've come on my alternate is I think it's A++ tough guy. She has a 1.50 staff bonus rating. That's as close as I can come to 1.97. you know, on a female. So the pickings are kind of slim in terms of getting low-grade females with good statistics. Yeah, I have quite a cross-section of females on both accounts. Of course, the first 2.0 female that I ever found was in Mission 9. So she was wandering around the desert outside the Marhate Palace. Damn it.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Yes. Good job. Now, I found Blue Kangaroo with over 10 million heroism. So he can be found if you are advanced like I have. In fact, I'll show you where he is. Not to me. I don't need that skill. Okay. Let's go with Snake. Items. Stealth camo. Rush out to exactly where you find him real quick, and then I'll abort. I mean, I personally would prefer a tough guy. The highest tough guy for a female that I've seen is 1.5. Which is still pretty good, but it's not 1.97.
Boss, locate and bring back the U.S. military's new weapon codenamed Honeybee. The CIA put it in the hands of the Hamid group of Mujahideen, but the Hamid fighters were wiped out. The Honeybee must still be hidden
Intel
in their
too.
base, the fort at Desmasi Laman. Unfortunately, the Soviets are looking for the weapon as well. You have to get to it before they do, and bring it back here. There's a photo of the target on your iDroid. One more thing. Apparently, one of the Hamid fighters survived. He's missing, but if you can find him, he might lead us to the target. Good luck, boss.
Personally, I don't really need that skill.
Be careful down there, boss.
I always have to look at my Android. Afghanistan's a big place. Of course, the one skill that I wish I could find in a low-grade female is the quick reload. I enjoy that skill. My Dizzy Capybara that I'm using tonight is also in this mission. So that was a nice surprise to find him at a low grade as well.
A Soviet relay base. Think there's something in there that could lead us to the honeybee?
Gotta see. Okay, this area here is where we find both the quick reload and the tough guy skill.
Is that prisoner the Hamid survivor? If he is, he has to know something about the honeybee.
Wow, look at that. E rank and so there's Blue Kangaroo and there's Dizzy Capybara. It's a D. A plus plus.
Hands up. Talk.
Not too bad. There's a B. Wow. That's nice. I'd almost want to collect him if he were a female. Would be a pretty good character to use. What does it need? No.
We know the location of the target. It's on your iDroid. Head on over there and retrieve it.
So that's where you find your Dizzy Capybara and Blue Kangaroo. Since I have them both saved under direct contract, their ranks are significantly higher. The same goes for prisoner in the desert outside Lamar Hate Palace in Mission 9. She will always be there, but 9, 9, 9, 10. This guy's got custom mines. But once you collect her and put her under direct contract, her skills will change. And I've actually found females with PF skills in that mission, which is something you normally don't see. You can do prisoner side ops and not get females with PF skills, but in Mission 9 you can.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
They in PF battles, having soldiers with PF skills is reflected in your statistics. They improve your numbers. And having females with PF skills is something that's kind of rare. Actually, no, I'll say it. It's very rare that you would see a female staff member with a PF skill, because most players don't collect females, and I would wager most PF players who breathe deep in. Most people who play, yes, they do, who play the game for PF purposes, the more you have of a certain skill, the more points you get against other players. And there's a whole mathematical business to it that I don't know very well. I can't explain PF battles in anything other than general terms. But I will pass on what I was told by a guy who does get into that. And he says, if you want to be a serious player, you need 1,000 of everything. 1,000 guns of both kinds, 1,000 air emplacements, 1,000 this, 1,000 that, 1,000 tanks, 1,000 locker gears. The more of every item you can collect in this game, the better your PF skill will be. Because it's all taken into account, and there's a mathematical business to it. But I don't know the ins and outs of it. It's a little outside my wheelhouse. The math is a little too much for me, because it's very complex, and you gotta look at it from that perspective. Really?
Infiltration successful.
Yes. But there is a very simple trick to farming vehicles that is preposterously easy. And I'll go into that another time, because it actually, no, I'll do it right now. Free roam. Okay, first Africa. And free roam at this point here. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, we'll stick to that one. Yes, but we're gonna do it with D-Walker and the Fulton Ballista. Um, 600. Excuse me. Set a checkpoint here. Actually, no, we're going to drop a vehicle there instead. Supply drop. Vehicles. I need more mag loaders. And off we go. Now, of course, the key with the Fulton Ballista is that it doesn't cost you anything in terms of GNP. You deploy with it once. Come on, really? You're such a wuss. Get over here. Right about there. Go to the tank. Okay, now we're going to go, since we started in free roam, we're going to go mission list. Light Mamba. I'm going to drive the tank over there. Skip. Now D-Walker will be right next to us when we start. And the tank will be right behind him. Or it, actually. Gendering robots is not something I have a lot of... That's something I have trouble with. Not supposed to. Okay.
Capture the White Mamba, the child soldier's commander, and bring him back to Mother Base. First off, head for Boala Yamasa.
So we're gonna... and then walk up the hill. That checkpoint means that the tank is at Mother Base. Abort. So we're all in the same spot. I'm gonna make it a little easier. Mission list. Hit left on your D-pad 4 times. Okay, so you're gonna hop on the walker,
The White Mamba, the child
turn around,
and bring him back to Mother Base. First off, head for Walla Yamasa.
and that's all you have to do. You keep doing that and doing that and doing that. If you want to build up your vehicles, that's the easiest way. Yeah, you could do skull face and run through and collect all the stuff and all that, but that's boring. I've done it and it's boring. So I got 3 tanks out of it. Now, of course, if you want, once you get to 1,000, you can stop. That's more than most people. But, you know, that'll put you in the top 500, maybe 1,000. And then you'll see your numbers fluctuate. Yes, the full ballista costs zero GMP. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna clean the list out.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there,
So
boss.
here's an interesting thought experiment. You guys have seen me do this layout many, many times. The difference now for this base is that the guards are S+. It's a little bit better than what we're used to seeing. Let's see what their reaction times are and what they do. Come running. How does that work again? I don't understand that. These are S ranks. No, I'm off tomorrow. Now bear in mind, I will not be streaming Sunday. Sunday is the big football game, Super Bowl, and my team is playing, so I'm not going to be streaming at all.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Justin Timberlake is the halftime entertainment. Of course, I'll be too nervous to watch halftime. I'm a Patriots fan, and we're going for their 6th Super Bowl win. So, spare a thought for me. All zeros.
Infiltration successful.
I don't know. I don't even care. Last year I was with my ex-girlfriend at her house, and she wanted to watch the halftime, and I didn't even watch it. I lay on our bed with my face in her lap. Not doing that this year. So. I'm curious. I'm gonna do something real quick. I want to see if I can figure this out. Speaking of athletes, yeah, she was a good sport about it. But by the end of the game, when the Patriots were making a comeback, she was screaming along with me. So those are the good old days. So this year I'll be at home by myself, screaming at the TV by myself. Hopefully the Patriots win. That would be helpful.
Eliminate the high-ranking CFA official in charge of supplying weapons to UNITA. The target stays at Nova Braga Airport. Head to the airport first.
care about the mission, actually. I'm interested in collecting the guy in the riot suit. If he goes into my brig, I'm gonna pull him out. I should have used Snake for this.
Great, you made it. I've sent the information to your map screen. That's the target's predicted location. Check all around the target and plan carefully
I'm gonna
before
bring the
moving
dog
in.
with me. Oops. I do. American football is one of my favorite sports. And it just so happens that my team, the New England Patriots, are playing on Sunday. So I'm excited. I'm also nervous as all hell, but that's every game. That doesn't change no matter what year it is.
That's the target.
Is you okay?
Boss,
There's
we
one.
just received word that the arms dealer due to inspect Nova Braga Airport is on his way. Once his chopper has arrived, they'll be touring the facilities along with the target. Let him bring the target out into your line of fire.
Almost done.
Север, дежурит. Сегодня в этом отдайте чек. 4 инструкции. Word.
Terus CP, begrijp. Bescherm securiteit en weersvakker. Uit!
Let's hop out. Not too bad.
All right, mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time, huh?
Yeah. I've only heard of 2 teams in Argentina. I don't even know if one of them is in Argentina. I don't even know how to pronounce their names. Volunteer. Doom Kangaroo. Let's see. You're awful. Why do you mess my unit up like that? Why do you mess up my girls like that? Yeah. I know Messi and I know Maradona. I don't know anybody else though. Okay, he isn't. I'm gonna wait and see how he looks. I mean, I follow soccer or football, as you call it. It's at the top of my... I barely skim the surface. I know the big names clubs, but I don't know, I don't follow it very much. If I see something on ESPN or whatever, you know, I'll make a note of it, but generally I don't follow football, that kind of football.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
I mean, the United States has a large youth community for football, soccer, as the case may be, but for whatever reason it did not translate to the major leagues. When we hosted the World Cup in 1994, there was a huge swelling of interest, but it never went anywhere. Major League Soccer, the main professional league, isn't something that a lot of people watch and or are big time rabid fans of. In the United States, American football is where it's at, and the game on Sunday, the Super Bowl, is the biggest game of the year. A lot of people make a lot of money on that game for their businesses and for the teams and everything else.
Delta 3. I just witnessed an attack. Hostile presence confirmed. Over.
So,
This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
I mean, people watch the Super Bowl not just for the game, but for the commercials, which seems kind of, when you think about it, it's really silly. But, you know, companies spend millions of dollars putting ads together that people are going to watch, and that drives the whole economic engine. So, but yeah, soccer in the United States is lags way behind in terms of professional recognition and or exposure. So, whereas in other countries, football has taken on, you know, it's near mythical proportions at this point. You know, you can't shake a stick in England without running into a supporter of one club or another, you know. So, to give that, you know, that's one of the few examples I do know. Is I have a friend of mine he's from Britain, and he is a supporter of Chelsea. And when I used to work with him, he would talk about Chelsea all the time. So I would follow a little bit, but having no background in soccer was a little hard for me to get into. You're not going to take that. But he grew up with it. You know, he's been a Chelsea supporter for many years, since he was a child. So that's the difference between him and myself. American football is something that's played from little kids onwards. You know, high school football in particular is a big deal in this country. So that's true. Kids play soccer, but it doesn't translate from that stopping point when you graduate out of the youth leagues into going to college and going into the pros. Whereas with a lot of non-American teams, you have academies where they develop the kids from an early age, sign them once they reach age 18, and then they join the big club. That's a big difference. So there's nothing like that here in the United States. And Major League Soccer, for all of its attempts at drawing fans, it just hasn't caught fire. So but there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I don't have a problem watching soccer. I had another coworker at another job who he was big into soccer in Mexico, and when I would come into work, he would have the games on, and he would watch them all the time. So I need that fuel. Resources. No, yeah, no. Okay. Let's see, base development. Salamander. Yeah. Harder than people think. Yeah, it's... And you got this big open space, and okay, let's see what ooh, 2.0 athlete. Not really. I only follow one tennis player, and that's Maria Sharapova. And that's because she's fabulous. Masha is very beautiful. And she's a heck of a tennis player. She's not as good as Venus or Serena Williams, but she's good enough for me. I like Marina a lot.
Capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits.
When Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras retired, I kind of lost interest in tennis.
Be careful down there, boss.
Andre's good. When you win 20 Grand Slams, that makes you not just a good player, but a great player. Legendary. Although I'd probably put Serena as the greatest of all time, because of her absolute dominance on the court. And that's not even taking into account her and her sister dominating in doubles. So of course, back in the day when I was younger, you had the Agassiz and Ivan Lendl and John McEnroe and Jimmy Connors. You know, McEnroe was a fruitcake on the court, but he won. You know, so And then Agassi came on board, and he had the hype and the glamour and endorsements and all this and that, and made a good impact. But of course, he was always overshadowed by Pete Sampras and his ability to win when it counted. So good old Roger. So but bear in mind that my international sports exposure is roughly at a minimum. I don't, you know, I read several sports websites every day. I know more about American sports than I do more international ones. But don't ask me about NASCAR because I don't know anything about that. What do you mean, Leo?
CP, this is Delta 6. I can see smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Oh, I got lucky.
Infiltration successful.
Not too bad. North Pacific. For combat, support, medical. I can do command. Command is okay. But again, doing command on purpose is not really ideal. It doesn't give you a lot of anything. It gives you a little bit of everything, but not enough to justify running it on a regular basis. You know, it gives you biological material as the primary reward. Well, you can get more biological out of base development than you do command. Ooh. Not helpful. Ugly bases. Let's do it. Go to the back of the house.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Now remember that most of my efforts in command are based on the presence of nuclear weapons. With nukes, you have a lot of leeway because the base owner is notified automatically once you begin your invasion. There's no way to steal a nuke without notifying the base owner. It just doesn't work that way. But since we're trying to be sneaky, I don't want to send a defender notice. It's not necessary. I always like that shot. Down for the count.
Nearest unit, go investigate.
Yes. No, Leo, that will... You can't have a stolen nuke if you are not connected to the server. Let's say you want to build a nuke for the trophy. You can go offline, start development of your nuclear weapon, and then reconnect to the server. That means it will take up to 30 hours for your nuke to develop. But you will be able to be there when it's finished. That's the main reason why.
UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
CP, this is Delta 1. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity.
You know what? We're gonna do it.
All units on alert.
Nukes are good for PF, but it makes your base a magnet for thieves. It's hard to keep nukes unless you have high-grade weapons.
Infiltration successful.
If you have grade 11 battle dress, for example, it's easiest. But determined attackers will use their wormholes and whatnot to try and break through. Yes. So Leo, if you wanted to build your nuke offline, you can. You select disconnect. It's gonna reduce your inventory of resources to 1/10 of what you have. Start your nuke, then reconnect, and then it will take up to 30 real world gameplay hours for that nuke to finish. And once that nuke finishes, you'll be playing the game when it finishes. You can then dispose of it to get the second trophy. So you get the first trophy by starting a nuke, and you get the second trophy by dismantling it. But again, it takes up to 30 real world hours. The clock does not spin when the game is off. And I did that the first time with my first nuke on the PS3. It took 30 hours for me to finish. Okay. Okay. I mentioned earlier females with a PF skill. So she has Defender 1 skill. To find a female with that skill on an enemy base is next to impossible. There's another one, Defender 2. She has all S rank. Give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, she plays well. I mean, finding a character with all S rank is not too bad, and she's a female too. So, my Fleming Buffaloes. So I've been fortunate enough to find females with PF skills. So. I like that icon. Command. We just did command. I'll try it again. But with a different spin. Now, of course, on non-lethal bases, the potential exists to be a complete phantom only on non-lethal. And if I can make it that far, I'll show you where.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Yes, the #1 mine. It's just below the core platform staircase. Cannot be breached by the lethal mine. Will always detonate. There's no way to get around that. But on non-lethal, you can jump over it, and you'll be good.
You there!
Thank you.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
And they're done.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Where I need to be, but that's fine.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Crap.
All fire teams, this is CP. Combat position. All units to combat position.
Into the water you go.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
It's all nonsense. Okay. Why not? Let's be completely crazy. Most likely.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Let's see if we can steal it. Of course, if RSP comes in, then I'm just going into the water. This is not something I have a lot of patience for in terms of... Ooh. Helpful.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Got it.
No more power. Crap.
This is CP. Understood. Take defensive position and locate the sniper. Out. All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
So remember, because he has a nuke, he's already been notified that I'm there. He and his supporters both know that I'm here. So I'm not...
CP, this is
Yeah, that's...
lost the enemy sniper. Stay on alert. Over.
that's the problem. How far back does this set me? Yeah, there's no point.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
There's no way for that. There's no way for that. They have the advantage. All the advantages are theirs. So, I've tried that in more than one way, and it doesn't work. It's something I know from experience. It doesn't. Good job. What's her grade? Yes, if I had made the last platform, that would have been ideal. But unfortunately, that was not the case, so... She'll get a high S after 2 medals. Which is not too bad. What's your heroism score?
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Say what you want, I don't really care.
Be careful down there, boss. All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You should have S ranks by now. Excuse me. Shit. Thank you.
You alright?
Now, of course, the only
All units, special alert.
advantage, I guess, of continuing forward on that nuke run is that the nuke does not get
All units,
extracted by the defender.
out.
But if I have a defender present and starting 3 platforms away, that's just no, that's too much. So cut my losses and move forward. Like I said before, I've been in that situation where I've had to
Defend your position. Out.
try and fight through.
CP, this is
It's a
Zulu
lot
2.
harder.
Threat in the area. We're tightening security.
Understood. Watch for anything suspicious. Out.
CP, this is Zulu 4. We're under fire. Suppressed weapon. No shots heard. Over.
This is CP. Understood. All units on alert. The enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them. Out. UAV picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate. All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Well, I got lucky there. I didn't even know where he was. Ooh, 2 of them. Wow. You don't really want people coming this way, do you?
Infiltration successful.
Made all my losses back. I'll take it. That is the hidden benefit of using the grade 10 riot pistol. You can recover its losses very quickly by doing a combat base. It's my go-to for high-level bases. course, I was mentioning the other day, it's kind of funny how I center my what you call it, my playstyle around a pistol. I really hate it when they do this to me. Hope RSB had a good time. I don't really care. That's one of the good things about being a honey badger. I don't care. That's why my girls are in fatigues.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
It was, but no, I don't have mines or cameras on my extra mines or cameras on my base. I got a blockade because he was able to get by my girls, but I don't care. He didn't get anything out of it anyway, so now if he wants us to use his guns and do all that shit, that's his thing. I can't stop him. But whatever. This is what I'm talking about in terms of a determined attacker. And we're not talking about setting up defenses. A determined attacker, no matter what you set up, bridge blocks, cameras, armor, whatever, will find a way to kill all your staff. They do it on purpose. Now that's a play style that I don't do, but I know people who do, and they enjoy it. They have fun with it. I don't, and it's not my place to approve or disapprove of how people have fun. I just choose to do things differently than they do. So if RSP wants to turn it into some kind of battle, I don't really care. I don't care. You know, I took an honest stab at his nuke and I couldn't make it. It's that simple. So I got no beef against him. I don't, you know, there's no history. I mean, there's people I stay away from on purpose because their attitude is really poor, and I've seen it firsthand. But Otherwise, you know, I don't have problems with people on this game.
CP, understood. Don't let your guard down. Out.
Shit.
CP, this is Zulu 1.
Zulu 1, what's wrong? Come in, Zulu 1. We have a situation. All units on alert.
Besides, if you've ever noticed, there's a bit of an imbalance in that battery UAVs work one way only. Have you ever noticed that? The Defender has full use of their capabilities. So stun locking and all that business would be applicable.
CP, this is Zulu 1. Finish your search of the
Again, I know this from experience. That's why I just jumped in the ocean. Call me chicken for that? I don't really care.
Infiltration successful.
Excuse me. I don't have the... That's not my thing. I don't like doing that. Sticking through, what, 3 platforms of guards without batteries, without Snake, without anything? No. I don't enjoy that. That's a waste. Essentially, that's a waste of my time. I've done it in the past, and I've also been defeated in doing that. And getting stun locked for 10 minutes is not worth the trouble. So, whatever. I don't care. There's people who love that stuff. I don't. .56. That's okay, I guess. I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, he has a skill set I like, but I don't carry FOM decoys. I'm not set up for PvP. You know, I don't carry a wormhole generator. I don't carry any of that stuff. None of that. None of those things for PvP matter to my play style. Okay? That just, it doesn't do anything for me. So, again, I've been in that situation before. I've been able to make it to the core platform, steal the nuke, and make it to the core without getting infected. That works once or twice.
capture staff
but from 3 platforms behind,
new recruits, boss.
plus the nuke, plus not getting detected, with a defender who likes to stun lock people. Yeah, I'm
down there, boss.
not interested. Like I said before, I don't care. I don't care about this game that much to have that going on. I made a fair stab at it. I got as far as I could. And that's it. I knew when to cut my losses. You know, there are people who live for PvP. I don't know, Leo. They haven't put out any DLC in a while. The last items that came out were the wormhole generators. 11 and 12. So we have a grade 12 item for people to use, but it's grotesquely expensive in terms of precious metals. And I don't really care about GMP, but it's expensive in precious metals, and I work too hard to maximize my precious metals to lose it on every defense. Hopefully we'll see some new stuff this year. I do know that Konami is tying playing this game into Survive, which, as I've said before, I have no interest in. I played the beta and it was a crap game, so I'm not going to be buying it. I'm not going to play it anymore. But they announced today that if you buy the game, if you buy Survive and you play it on the same system that you have your Phantom Pain save file, you get extra items. I did. I saw that. Ooh. Oh shit. Wow, I fucked that one up. I saw that this morning. George had his thoughts on it, and since we don't know precisely how that happened, I can't, speculate as to why or what the deal is with that. I just think it's kind of silly that Konami chose to, if they did manipulate nuke totals, there has to be a strange reason why.
Infiltration successful.
They have to say why they did it, and eventually they may. But since it only happened on PC, there's no other thing to it. You get extra items in Survive. You get 2 items and 2 nameplates for playing on the same system as your Phantom Pain save file. It just doesn't do anything for me. You know, Survive. I tried the beta and it was a turn off. So not for myself. No, I'm not going to buy it. I have no interest in Survive. Maybe if it's for, you know, inexpensive on Steam or on the PlayStation Store, maybe, but I'm not going to GameStop and spending money on that thing. Well, the controls have nothing to do with it. The story is not something I have any interest in. Attacking zombies is not my thing. Shotguns. Now, to be fair, Survive does have the same how can I put this? It has the same resource collection and base building mechanism that Phantom Pain does. And that's attractive.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's
But
FOB, and you can
I don't like
capture
zombie
staff from
games.
them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
And these Metal Gear zombies just don't work in any way. You can't get me to like zombies. Because I just think it's a waste of... It's not a waste of time, it's just not something I have any real interest in.
Defend your position. Out.
Yeah, these guys have shotguns.
All
Yeah.
fire teams, this is CP. We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out.
CP, this is Delta 3. I'm seeing smoke. There may be enemies in the area. Over.
Never.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay
But bear in
alert.
mind that I do most of my sneaking with female characters,
Defend your position.
so their hair and their faces are important to me.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Investigating. Out.
It just so happens tonight I'm using low-grade males, and I don't like the balaclava, so...
CP, this is Zulu 7. Somebody just got attacked. It's the enemy. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
I like to have my character's face, you know, visible.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Direct detected. Going on alert. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Keep your eyes open. Out.
And I'll do
CP, this is Zulu 2.
themes where
Arrived on scene.
when I
Starting a check of
stream,
the area. Over.
I'll do certain, you know, like tonight,
Watch for
the
enemies.
two characters I'm using are both low-grade males. No, it doesn't.
All fire teams, this is CP.
I just think it looks ugly as hell.
Picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
CP, this is 207. I'm seeing smoke. There may be enemies in the area. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
CP, this is Zulu 4. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out. All units. Special alert. Defend your positions. Out. All fire teams, this is CP.
Yeah, I like ponytails,
Picked up a
so
man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
gotta let the hair flow free.
CP, this is Zulu 1. I can see smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over.
This is CP. Understood.
Infiltration successful.
Out.
Not too bad. Volunteer. I'll take it. It's not normal, but yes, that happens to me too. You're not the only one who has that happen to them. I'm not going to call it normal, but it is. It does happen, yes.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss. All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
lucky. Almost lost my way there.
Hostile!
All units.
Ah, too late.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Everybody makes mistakes. Batman. Where are we? Let's do that.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Got out of a little sticky wicket there. This one, tough guy. That works for me. Wait for the caution light to go off, and we'll keep moving. Hurry up. Okay. Back to it. do something very different. We'll roll right up to the front door. I mean that literally. Sometimes I'll use that strategy when I don't want to shoot anybody. Let's see if we can do this. How are you, Delta? Welcome. I almost made it.
Infiltration
Almost. There've been ships passing in the night. Pure stealth up until the very last minute. So when that guy comes back to his base, he's going to have 3 lines in his security log. So that's what I'm aiming for, to leave as few lines in the security log as possible. Yeah, it does take a while. But once you've built that 4th base, it's a lot of fun. Okay. This is going to be my last mission of the night. I'm starting to feel it now, so we'll just try and get through this, and then we'll try it.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
All units,
Whereas maybe when the movie Black Panther comes out, I can do a night where all my characters will be black.
Hey!
Wrong with them. I got a S plus Intel female. I got eye from or finger from Ground Zeroes, and I can use this guy. That's an idea. Maybe I should try that.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
CP, this is Zulu 7. Threat detected. Going out alert. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Check your surroundings. Out.
That works for me.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
I like active. I like the voice. It's almost taunting the enemy. Oh, and I knocked him out. Not bad, buddy. That's the old Bound Dragons trick. Throwing the active decoy at their feet. They look down at it, and then you hit it. You activate it, and it knocks them out.
All units,
And I've done a Bound Dragons event with just decoys, and it worked.
CP, this is Delta 4. Just found one of us knocked down. Over.
this is CP. Understood. We are under attack. All units on alert. Out.
Infiltration successful.
Okay, that'll be it for today. I will be online tomorrow. I don't know when exactly. But as always, I appreciate you guys dropping in and sharing this with me. So tomorrow, I don't know what my theme is going to be. I haven't decided. But I'll get on and do some work, and hopefully we can have some more adventures. So you guys have a good night, and I will see you when I see you. Later.